Welcome to Transforming Lives Talk Show. My name is Elder Lorraine Flowers, and I am your host. And so on tonight, I am doing part two of Am I My Brother's Keeper? And my special guest is Sister Natasha, and she's going to give us her testimony and tell us about her situation and how she has dealt with the loss of her baby girl.
How
Natasha,
you doing? How you doing today? My name is Natasha Stingley. I'm a mom here in Chicago of three children. Unfortunately, my firstborn daughter, Marissa Boyd Stingley, 19-year-old college student studying to become a pediatrician. Beautiful young lady, loving, kind, and a joy to just be in the presence of her. Very caring and everything. But unfortunately, on June 25th, 2013, my daughter, along with four other young adults, was in a car. They were driving down on 73rd and King Drive at the light. And earlier, before my daughter and the young lady got in the car with these three young men, victims that were also shot, they had an altercation with a man before they came and got my daughter Marissa and the other young lady that was also shot. So they were, I guess, having some type of words or whatever with this guy, and from my understanding, he followed the car. The car got stopped at the light on 73rd and King Drive. There were other words exchanged out the window, and then the guy shot the car. He shot all of them, all five of them, three males, two females. One of those females being my daughter Marissa, who died right there from her injuries. Since then, I have been fighting. I have been out here in the streets fighting for justice for my daughter. Not only my daughter, but those that were shot in the car with her as well. In November of 2020, they arrested a person and charged this person with murder for my daughter. They also currently they gave him bond at that time, $150,000 bond, and which he posted, which he posted 15,000, and he was allowed house arrest. And now he motioned to court a few weeks ago, about a month ago, to be able to go to the grocery store every other Thursday for his mother. So this man that shot five children, killing my daughter, is allowed a bond. He's allowed to walk the streets every other Thursday. And my whole thing is, what if this guy comes across somebody else and they call him a name? That day they said that so one of the young men only called him a cross-eyed beast. And that's why they had words, from my understanding. So my thinking is now, who if he comes across someone else and they have words, what will he do? I don't feel safe with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Totally understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue, Natasha.
Yeah, so now it's just like I'm going through the process of, the court proceedings and everything like that. And, it's just every day I have to constantly pray and ask God for endurance and strength and to stay focused, not just on this court hearing and proceedings, but to stay focused on what God has for me now. Unfortunately, I cannot change the outcome that my daughter will never come back. But what I can do is I can, try to assist in any area I can, helping with, spreading the word about not shooting and trying to find different ways into mentoring our young youth and young adults into, changing their ways. You don't have to pick up a gun and get all angry and hostile to prove your point or be the bigger person. Sometimes you just have to let people be and say what they say, as long as they'll put their hands on them. Allow them to say what they want to. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it moving.
Wow. And so, I know this has been, and I'm so sorry for your loss, because I know your daughter and she was just a person, always helpful, always mannerable, you
Yeah.
know, and I just really loved her and loved her spirit. I always loved you and your family,
Thank
you
you.
know. So you know, I just this really touched my heart, and I just really wanted, you know, you to share your, you know, and how has it been transitioning from the time this happened to now, and then everything that has transpired in between, you know, how has it been for you?
Well, it's been a very hard road. And I know that the enemy try to throw little arrows and darts and things at
Mhm,
me.
mhm,
So I have to really stay prayed up and keep
mhm.
my mind focused on God and other things,
Yeah,
staying busy. The main thing is staying
mhm,
busy and staying focused because an
yeah,
idle mind is the devil's playground. So I have to
true.
stay very busy, not
Mhm,
too busy where I don't take care of myself. Self care is the
mhm.
first top priority.
Yeah,
I unfortunately I suffer sometimes, with PTSD. I keep my mind away from certain things. I try not to watch.
mhm,
I don't watch the news.
yeah,
I try not to, see certain things.
mhm,
I pray. I just stay focused. The main thing is staying focused.
yeah,
I'm upcoming have some events for other families, other mothers and fathers that
mhm,
unfortunately have to walk this journey as well. That we did not
yeah,
ask to be a part of this journey, a part of this group. So
mhm,
I want to give back. I want to mentor. I want to just speak about the goodness of God and staying
yeah,
focused on life, on other things, and not allow this circumstance that happened, this
mhm,
tragedy that happened to me and my family,
yeah,
to really take me to a dark place, in which I was. I was in a pit.
wow.
I was in a pit, and
Explain a
I
little
thank
bit about that, you know, about, you know, where you were and how you were able to come out of that.
I thank God that I was able to, because I tried to commit suicide 2 times.
Wow.
Yeah, just by the grace of God. And I gotta
Mhm.
keep constantly giving God all the glory and the praise because it
That's
was nobody
good,
but
that's
Him.
good.
It was nobody but Him. At one time when the 2013, it first happened. I mean, I can literally stand by a light pole, and
Wow.
but you wouldn't see me. My mother
Mm,
said, she said, I got out the car one day with my mom and my pants fell off me. And my
mm,
mother said, if you lose another pound, you're gonna
wow.
disappear. You're gonna
Mm,
disappear. I wasn't taking baths. The only time I would take a bath is to go to church.
mm,
I wouldn't listen to music. I was in a
wow.
very, very
Mm,
dark, depressing, suicidal
mhm,
point at that time in my life.
mhm.
But with God, all things have turned around in that area. I've learned how to keep my mind focused. I've learned how to take my
Yes.
worries and to worship and to give my cries to God and not allow those things to get me in that pit
Mhm.
anymore. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you something,
Glory to God.
depression is of the devil. That's
Oh,
my
yes,
word.
it is. Yes, it
Depression is
is.
not of God. Depression is of the devil. It's from the pits of hell. I refuse to think of it as anything else. It just comes to take your joy, to steal your
Mm,
joy, your peace, your life, your mental stability. It
mm.
comes to shift you into a different realm of something else that you
Wow.
don't want to be in.
Yeah, yeah.
So just staying focused mainly and staying
Mhm.
prayerful,
Oh, that's
staying
good.
prayerful,
So would that be the
all the
same
time.
type of advice? Would that be the same type of advice you would give parents, just say, that's going through the same situation, you know, they lost their baby, you know, and no matter what age it is, like I've said before, you know, they can be, you know, in their 30s, 40s, you know, but or young, or even, you know, your baby's age, and you know, they it's still a loss. You know, what would you say to, you know, a parent that's suffering through the same type of situation?
I would say my first thing would I would say, if you don't know God,
Mhm.
find God.
Yes.
Find
Yeah.
God.
Mhm.
I'm I know people was there for me. They
Mhm.
was supportive, and I don't want to say the wrong thing and
Mhm.
be like that I'm mean or it's just, people I
Mhm.
have, and I always tell this about
Mhm.
this young lady, a very good friend of mine, and she was my
Yeah.
coworker. And I
Mhm.
remember maybe a day or so after it happened, she came to my house and everybody was in the house and I'm just,
Mhm.
I was in a different, mind
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she
Mhm.
said, I can't come back over here.
Mm.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't understand. She was like, I can't come back over here and see you like this. And she
Mm.
was like, I'm telling you that I'm not coming back. I want you to
Mm.
understand that I'm not coming back. It's not because I
Mm.
don't want to be around you or that I
Mhm.
don't love you. She said, I love you so much that I'm going
Mm.
to leave from around you because I can't see you do this to yourself.
Wow.
I can't see what you, I mean, it was bad. I mean, you
Really?
saw me on Sundays coming
Yeah.
to church,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
didn't see. I mean, you
Yeah.
probably could tell some days when I come to
Yeah.
church
Yeah.
that I was,
Mhm.
I wasn't right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. My mind was, I had anger.
Yeah.
I had
Wow.
killing spirit to kill. I wanted to kill people. I'm
Wow.
being honest. And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, it was just a lot. It
Yeah.
was a lot. Nobody but God.
Nobody but
Nobody.
God. Mhm.
Nobody but God. Can't nobody tell me anything more that it was the grace and mercy of God to get me through. And still
Mhm.
I'm human. No matter
Yeah.
how much I pray, no matter,
Yeah.
when I cry out to God, I'm
Mhm.
still missing my
Yeah.
baby. I
I'm
can't
here.
change that. I'm human. I'm
Mhm.
gonna hurt as long as I
Mhm.
got breath in me, as long as I have
Mhm.
a heartbeat, as long as I
Yeah.
have a mind. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have some type of thought, some type of feeling, some type of
Mhm.
emotion. I'm gonna cry about it
Yeah.
every day. I cry about my baby. Every day.
Wow.
Does that mean that I'm depressed? No. That means that I
Mhm.
have feelings. I accept
Yeah.
my feelings and I
Mhm.
release those feelings. I used to hold those feelings in. But through the
Mhm.
grace of God, learning that only for a moment, you have those moments, you have those feelings, and you let them go. You
Yeah.
get up the next morning, you pray, you wash your face and you pray and you thank
Mhm.
God and you ask Him to direct your feet and direct your path. And
Yeah.
that's
Definitely.
how I'm
Yeah.
able to just go about. You know what I mean? And I found myself the other day, it was court for the person. And it was
Okay.
the first in-person court day. I
Mm.
couldn't stand
Mm.
because it came over me that this man may walk in the courtroom with me. He may
Mm.
see me outside. Not that I'm
Mhm.
scared, but you gotta be
Yeah.
wise and use wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
This man is charged with murdering somebody and shooting
Yeah.
4 other kids. So who wants to
Mhm.
go to jail possibly for the rest of their lives?
Yeah.
So, a lot of things have to change for
Mhm.
me, for my safety, for my family. I have to think about all these things. So I could not
Mhm.
go. I could
Yeah.
not find it. I could have went, but I just didn't. I just didn't. I just
Yeah.
don't, I just don't want that right now, but I'm praying my way through so that
Yeah.
the next court day, oh
Mhm.
man, God, we showing up. We showing up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I'm prepared for that. It was just, I just don't know. It was just something that came over me that I was preparing myself, but when
Mhm.
the time came, it was like, nah. Some just
Oh,
said, no,
wow.
don't, don't go.
Mhm.
Just go. And that's okay.
It
That's okay.
is. It really is. It
Yeah.
really is okay. However you feel. I always tell people like when you're going through grief, people don't understand. It's a process and it doesn't just go away. Sometimes it never goes away. It's
No, it doesn't. No,
you
it
just
doesn't.
need to cope and deal with it day by day.
Cope,
Mhm.
coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
If you can find your niche, your coping
Yeah.
mechanism, and
Mhm.
I have a few, but my main thing is praying. My main thing is
Good.
praying because I can say what I want to say to God,
Yeah.
and gotta listen. He sits high and he look low, and he'll bend
Mhm.
down and lend you his ear so that
Yes.
he can
Yes.
hear
So
you.
true.
You know,
Mhm.
and that's what allows me to go through it and
Mhm.
not stay in it, but to
Yeah.
go through it and
Yeah.
not stay in it. And I try to, give others let others see that through me, because I was in a very, very, very dark place. I didn't have my
Wow.
smile. I wasn't smiling. I wouldn't allow people to take pictures of me. I didn't go out my home. And,
Wow.
I would stay in a dark place. I would stay in the dark all the time. I would just have the covers over my head, but when I would get up on Sunday, some in me would say, "Don't you go to this church thinking." Don't you go right into the thinking. I'm being transparent. This is my story. And this is my truth.
Tell it.
This is my truth.
Yeah, that's your truth.
I wasn't getting up. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I was at church one day, and this prophet, Edgar Aaron, he called my name. And I was standing there like, okay, this man don't know me. It ain't me he talking about. And when I said that to myself, he said, "Oh, it's you. Come on up here." So I was like, okay. And he said something to me. He said, "Every day, all day, some day, you cry. You cry all the time, all day long. For days you do this." And I was like, and he said, "But thank you." He said, "I want to thank you." And I'm like, "Thank you for what?" "Thank you for not doing what you were planning on doing, what you tried to do." And that would kill myself. I was planning this to kill myself. But God sent the word through the man of God. And that allowed me to something click in my mind that day, because nobody knew what I was doing. I wasn't around anybody. I was only just coming to church, and I was late in bed. I literally was doing that. And he said, "Even on your way to church, you turn and you hide so can't nobody see you crying." And I said, "Yeah." He said, "But keep coming to church, because in a very few, things gonna change for you."
Yeah.
And that clicked in my mind. That clicked in my mind to let me know that I can do this with God.
Yeah.
I can do this no matter how much I cry every day. Cry, get up, and keep moving.
Keep moving.
Keep moving, because God got something for me. I know He does.
Yes, He does.
No matter what happened to my baby, no matter what the situation or outcome may be with this court case, He may never fulfill, because the other victims, they now are saying they have amnesia.
Really? Wow.
This no snitching thing. So I've also prepared myself that he may, because he's motioning the court now to have the indictment in the court, have it thrown out. So I've prepared myself just so if these other victims will not come forward, I prepared myself for that. So whatever will it is, whatever God has, I accept that.
Yeah.
Man can let them go. Man will let them go. We've seen within the court system now that previously these criminals, they have all these heinous charges on them, and gun charges, they await. The beginning of the year, the little 7-year-old girl that was killed at McDonald's drive-thru, the person that was charged with her killing, he was out on bond, on trial, awaiting trial of previous gun charges and things. So we have to look at these things. We have to understand what's going on in our community, in the world. It's not just happening here in Chicago. It's happening all over the world, And I feel like everywhere that they're taking out God, there's problems. That there's these spirits of killing, suicide, mental disabilities,
and it's a shame.
All kinds of issues in the school system, in the White House. You got everywhere they're taking God out. If we sit and we think about everywhere that they tell you can't pray, you can't talk about God, everywhere that they have taken out God, it's problem.
It's
a lot of killing.
So true.
I don't know if it's just me thinking like this, but
no, it's going around. That is one of the reasons why I believe the Lord is on my heart. Because we have to know that we are our brother's keeper. And nowadays, if we really think about it, the killing that's going on, it's almost just like Cain and Abel. Cain was jealous of Abel, and Cain rising up against Abel, rising up against his own brother, and that's the same thing now. It's like people are killing, and it's senseless. It's just senseless killing. And babies are, getting shot and killed. I don't care what age it is, it's just still heart-wrenching, to see, all shootings and stuff, especially in our city, in our communities, places where you never even thought things like this would happen. It's happening, so it's just a real bad time. And I just really just wanted to share that. And I commend you for your strength. You have been so strong. And I know it's been a lot of days you went through your process, but man, you look at you. You have come through the storm. But then, I also wanted you to share with us, because there were some groups that you've been kind of in a community activist type, with other mothers that's gone through this as well. Share with the audience some of the, things.
Your volume went down. I don't know what's happening, but the volume went really, really low.
Okay, let me see. Hold on a second. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
That's a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, I say you've been really active in the community as well. So share with the audience, some of the things that you have participated in, throughout the, and, with our government, just being, in that sense, in that aspect.
Over the last, since this has been going over the last 7 years, I've done documentaries. I have a documentary that came from Australia for a weekend. Follow me around the city of Chicago. I've done it's through foreign correspondent, Black Lives Matter, Bullets Have No Names. I've also been on the Steve Harvey show, speaking with him about the gun violence here. I have an up and coming organization that I've been doing called the Pink Project, where I do different things with moms, and I go in the community, and I cook hot meals for circumstantial people. I don't call them homeless people. I call them circumstantial people, my friends.
Oh, that's good.
I call them my friends, so I feed them hot meals. I haven't done it in a while due to the COVID. So we're going to start that up in a little while. And some other different things. I do paint parties for the moms, paint and sell parties.
That's good.
Doing some things for the children soon. We're just trying to get some things situated with the COVID being. So we just want to be cautious to that. I've also done the movie with Spike Lee. Doing that movie with Spike Lee, Chirac, here in Chicago.
Really?
And
wow.
I've
That's
done
great.
A few other different things. I've Ice Cube, met with him.
Really?
A lot of different people.
Wow, that's
streets,
awesome.
Being in the streets. I have held marches to bring attention to my daughter's case. I've been to Washington, D.C. to meet with Congress and legislation. I've met different senators, lawmakers, a lot. Too many to, do. But I just want to spread the word about our babies being killed, and to bring attention that our lives matter. What I'm saying? To open up our mindsets and to take the scales off our eyes and unclog our ears, that we may see what God has for us. That we are part of the kingdom. We are a king's kids.
Yes.
And we need to be as such and act, to hold ourselves accountable for what's going on. Because here's the thing, when I got out in these streets, I didn't go to nobody else's house, show up at the mayor's house. I didn't do those type of things because I was raised, you don't go to people's houses, but you do go to where it happened. I go in the community where it happened at. I go to where my child was killed in the community. When she was killed, that's why I'm going making noise. I go in Parkway Gardens where the people that was in the car with her, I'm going to show up with the people that did it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I'm not going to show up at the White House to talk about my child. Well, I'm talking about the laws and things like that. But I'm not. I want to go where the killer said.
Yeah.
I want to go where the killer said. I don't want to go to nobody. We can show up at the killer's house. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, That's
Yeah.
just me. I don't know to know, doing these type of things that I see going on, and it's to bring attention. It's a good thing, but I feel that we need to start in our homes.
Yes.
We need to start in our homes.
Yes.
It starts in our homes with our sons,
Yes.
with our daughters. You know what I'm saying? And once we do that, get our children under control, because our children are the ones that's out here doing the shootings and the car.
Come on, that's so true.
All the hectic and evil things that are going on is our children. It is our young children. So start in your house.
Start.
You the FBI. You the police. When the kids go to school, they don't pay no rent. They don't pay no bills.
Come on.
Take the doors off the hinges. Take everything out their room. Go through shoe boxes. Go outside your house, in the garage, everywhere that they possibly can hide a gun.
Yeah.
Go through your house, because that's where it starts at. So once you get your house in order,
come on,
get your house in order, get your kids in order.
Yes.
Then some of this stuff will stop in the street. Then we can go to these lawmakers and politicians. Then we can go in and set standards in the community, our community. These men gotta stand up. If real men stand up, these little boys just sit down.
Come on, that is so true.
The real men gotta step and get out here, come out your home, stop being a punk. And come out your home. You cannot allow these kids, young adults or whatever, because they call them gangbangs, but I'm gonna be honest. Me growing up in a hood where there was gangs, gangs. I didn't see them doing it. I didn't see that.
Not like this.
I'm being honest, and I know times have changed, but I didn't see them doing that, what they're doing now. Because here's the thing, they locked up all these leaders of these gangs years ago. So you did that, and they had this under control. They had them under control, because here's the thing, if I may be transparent and honest.
That's what it's about.
What I'm saying? I'm being honest. Here's the thing. If you was in a gang, the leaders of those gangs made sure you ain't finna be out here selling no drugs during school hours. They gonna take you in the backyard and give you a pumpkin head. You better not shoot nobody. You better not catch nobody who out there with their kids, with their mamas, their grandmas. You better look at them and let them go by. And matter of fact, you better not do nothing unless you made a phone call. You could not do these things. So therefore, when the foundation and the pillars of that foundation is taken away, what's going to happen? It's gonna cave in. Everything's gonna go away. That building, that foundation is not gonna last, because you done took away what holds it together. You done took away the head. You done cut the head off, so everything else is gonna fall down. They have no leadership. They have no guidance. They're not gangbangs, because that's not what gangs did. These are cliques and infractions of the gang.
That's so true.
They have no structure. They have no one telling them, hey man, you can't go out here and shoot up no car. That's what I saw. I didn't see this mess they got out here now. I saw heads of the gangs telling these young boys, keeping them under control. Man, you can't talk to the female. You better not put your hands on a female. You better not do nothing to no little kids, shoot up no parks. What?
Yeah.
No. I saw these gangs keep the communities under control. I saw that with my own eyes. You understand what I'm saying? I saw that. This what we're in now. This is demonic.
It is.
These kids are it's just something totally it's demonic. How do we have no love for the next man, your brother man? Am I my brother's keeper?
Come on. Supposed to be
your brother's keeper.
Supposed
to be. If a war broke out right now in the community, am I not my brother's keeper? Am I not gonna help my brother? Are you killing your soldier that gotta stand next to you? You killing up all your soldiers. If we have to go to war, how you gonna have an army of men when you killing all your soldiers? Killing up all the women and the innocent children. Never that. You're a coward. You kill a woman or children or don't have no respect. You don't have no respect, first of all, for your own self. Yourself. They have no respect, no morals, no decency. So when your mind not intact, you don't have no self-guidance, you don't have no self-control over yourself and your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah.
bad combination.
Yeah.
Don't know God, have no fear of God.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. They have no fear of
None.
nothing. Of
None.
nothing. So
And that's
therefore,
terrible. That
you
is
get all
terrible.
this.
Mm-hmm. That is terrible. You know, and like I said, it's even in the suburbs. We didn't even used to see that type of stuff in the suburbs. Can you hear me now?
No,
You still can't hear?
I can hear you a little bit. It's okay. I can
Oh,
hear you.
okay. My volume is still low. No, I was saying that you didn't hear this stuff happen in the suburbs. It wouldn't happen in the suburbs. It would be a thing that it would be in the city or inner city. But now it's
Yeah.
everywhere,
Yeah,
everywhere.
you didn't hear about these type of things in the suburbs. The suburbs is like the nice quiet place, but now they done taking it
Hmm.
all out there.
Yeah,
I would say due to when they tore down the project. When they
yeah.
tore down the
Everybody said
project,
it. Yeah.
a lot of these
Hmm.
things are happening because here's the thing: when
Hmm.
they did two things. They
Hmm.
locked up all of the leaders of the heads of these different gangs,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
tore down the project. So when
Yeah.
they took the leaders away, they tore the projects down. They took those people that was in those project buildings and placed them in different communities with
Hmm.
different other gangs that already had they so-called blocks that were they blocks. So if those people that's out of the project come in these different blocks trying to set
Hmm.
up they drug cartel and trying to do
Hmm.
things that they did like they was in
Hmm.
the project, what
Hmm.
do you think gonna happen? You think
Yeah.
these people gonna let you come in our blocks or they
Yeah.
blocks and doing what they doing? No.
Hmm.
That's where the
Yeah.
issue come in at. That's where the
Hmm.
killing and stuff coming in because these kids think this is block. They turf. No,
Yeah.
sir. No, sir.
Hmm.
You're being allowed to live in this community. And it's
Yeah.
just like they told them projects down, they're going to tear
Hmm.
down that whole block. Ain't nothing you can do about it. The
Yeah.
government on these streets, not y'all.
Hmm.
Not
Hmm.
y'all. And that's what
Exactly.
they don't understand. They don't have any respect. You
None.
know?
None. And it's a shame, that the police have so much work to do to get things, settled. I mean, could you imagine that police can't be everywhere at all times of all the stuff that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
can blame it on the mayor, we can blame it on the police, we can blame it on the government, we can blame it on the people that's, shipping the guns or shipping the drugs or whatever. But what we need to start, and we need to start looking within and looking, like you said, at our children and how we raise them
Yes,
and what
ma'am.
they're doing. And if you're a parent and you're out there, you're afraid of your child, get some help. Get
It's
some help.
not. Some of it's not so afraid of their
Hmm.
child. It's that these kids they just man,
Want
you
to do
can
what
try
they
all
want
day
to do.
long with these kids, but if the streets
Hmm.
got a hold of them,
Hmm.
two things gonna happen. You're gonna be
Hmm.
either judged by 12 or carried by
Hmm.
6.
That's
So
so
the best
true.
thing I can tell you, if you can have no control of your child, or you cannot get them into some type of program or some counseling, or
Hmm.
and a good leadership in a pastor, a church, or something. If
Hmm.
you can't, you better give them to God, pray about them, and get you some insurance. That's all I
Yes,
can say. Don't be
that is so
worrying
true.
yourself. I don't be
And
worrying yourself because
yeah, and it's hate. It's so sad that we have to say that. It's so sad. We shouldn't even have to say that. But it is sad. But it's a sad truth of that. But to just wrap everything up, I just want you to pray for the parents. Right now that may have been gone through or going through what you actually have already experienced, but still, God was able to pull you out. But just offer a brief word of prayer to our viewers or parents that may have gone through this, or someone who's like and don't understand and don't know, haven't got to that stage where you're at yet.
hmm
And
well,
then we
I want to thank you for
thank
allowing
you.
me to speak and get some things to talk about everything. I really want to
Mhm.
thank you. And
Thank
this
you.
is a very, very good conversation, good questions. Thank you so
Yes.
much. And thank you to your listeners and everything. And I would say that to any parent, any mother, sibling as well, because the siblings, they
Yeah.
also suffered losing their brother or their sister through these things. I would say just getting you a good, get some good counseling, get you, if you into church, get you a good church, get you some good God. Get you some good
Yes.
God in your life.
Yes.
The
Yes.
best thing I can say is, but get you some time that you can meditate and sit with God and just pray.
Man.
And just release whatever anger, whatever emotions that you have, whatever that you can't say to a person, that you think, because a lot of times you can't like talk to people because they really don't understand.
They don't.
I'm telling you, people don't understand this thing. Losing your child, it's not natural. That's not a word. That's not nothing that even can describe a parent, a mother especially, losing her child. It's not a word for that. That's a word for a widow, a child losing their mother, but nothing for a mother losing their child, parent losing their child. I would say just get with God. The best thing I can say, get with God. Yes. And a little prayer. You said you wanted me to give a little prayer?
Yeah.
Gracious God, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for you being in the midst of us. You said, well, there are 2 or 3 gathered, God, that you are in the midst of us.
Yes, you
are.
Thank
you that you have heard us, God. We thank you that you sit high. We thank you that you look low, and that you have bowed your ear down to us.
Yes.
And Father, we thank you for. We thank you, Father, that we will go forward with your power and your authority, God. That anything that's not like you, God, that you, God, will remove from our hearts and our minds, God. Because you are a good Father. You are an awesome dad, God. You are the Alpha and the Omega, God. And you reign, you rest, and you rule, God. And you have given us a comforter, God, that you will never leave us nor forsake us. And Father, I ask that you will touch everyone under the sound of my voice, every mother, every parent, every sibling, every family that has unfortunately, Father, gone through the loss of gun violence, Father. Oh God, of any type of loss where they have to unfortunately bury their child, Father. I ask that you would touch their minds, Father, because you are a regulator, Father. Regulate their minds, regulate their hearts, God. Oh God, and we thank you for it. We thank you that you will do a new thing in their lives, God. We thank you that you will guide their paths, God. Oh God, even in this journey, hallelujah. We thank you, Father. We thank you, Father, that you would touch Lorraine for doing such a great job, God, tonight. Touch her for her work, God. Talking to parents, God, doing the work that you have her to do, God. You touch her from the crowns of her head to the soles of her feet, and allow her the words and the shows, God, to get people back into the community, to feed back into people, God, lives, God. And I thank you in advance for it, God. You touch each and every parent, God, each and every father, mother, God, touch them from the crowns of their heads to the soles of their feet, that their hearts, God, will be healed.
Touch right now, God.
Comfort them, God. Love on them, God. And give them peace in their hearts and minds, Father. And Father, I even pray for the enemies, God, that have taken lives, Father. God, you said vengeance is mine, Father.
Yes, you did.
So vengeance is yours, Father. We give those that have not been exposed and those that have been exposed to you, Father. That vengeance is yours. Even here on earth, God, that you would touch the judges, you would touch the state's attorneys, God, that will charge these criminals properly, God. We give them to you, Father. We thank you for this moment. We thank you for bowing down and lending us your ear, Father. We thank you in advance that you're going to move mightily in your people, God. Send your word, God, that the land will be healed, God. We ask that you encamp your angels around this city, around the people of the city, and their goings and their comings. Protect the police officer, protect the lawmakers that create the laws, and the police that protect the city, God, and around the world, God. Oh, God, the blood of Jesus over the city, over the world, God. And we thank you for your word. We thank you for your son, Jesus. We thank you for the blood, God. Our God, we thank you for it. And we'll forever give you all the praise and glory. And Father, right now, as we leave from this prayer, not from your presence, and forever be embodied in you, God. We thank you, and we thank you. And we give you all the praise and glory, and we seal this prayer, God. with
Yes,
your
God.
promises of yea and
In the
amen.
name of Jesus.
Yea and amen. The
Yea
blood of
and
Jesus.
amen.
Yea and
In the name of
amen.
Jesus.
The blood of Jesus.
Yea and
Hallelujah.
amen.
And we say amen and we thank you, God.
Amen. Hallelujah. Wonderful, wonderful. I just want to thank you so much for Natasha for being a part of the show. I am so delighted and I feel so honored that you were able to come on my little show, but God is growing and I just sharing your testimony and I commend your strength and I pray that God bless you with a even expand what he's going to get ready. There are some great things that God is getting ready to do for you and doors that are getting ready to open for you that has been closed. There's God calls you to see what it is that you need to see. God is going to cause some things to open up and to reveal to you. There might be some things that he's going to reveal to you that you might not have to be, you might not be able to tell others because God says he reveal some secrets to you, some hidden secret things. And he just wants you in this season. In this season, he causing you to your eyes to open up and some doors and some avenues, and he's gonna make ways out of no way for you, and he's going to give you beauty for ashes. He's going to give you the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Everything that the enemy meant for your evil, God is getting ready to turn it around for your good, sis. And so I just pray that you are continue to be strengthened, continue to be strong, and I really appreciate you being a part of my show so much.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
you.
you. I love you as well. Thank you so much. I love your guests.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much. Thank you, and God bless you.
Bless you. So that is all for tonight. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you are on the YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you're on Facebook, share this with someone else. Let them know that I am my brother's keeper. And that is all for tonight. But as always, as I always say, let God transform your life. Bless you. God bless, Natasha.
God bless you all.
Love you.
Love you.